there are a lot of different siege engines into Age of Empires 2, and I've always wanted to build one, but I never knew which one I wanted to do. As a practice run, I was like, hey, why not just build a siege onager? So I've googled a little and actually found out that someone actually did this. So here are the images. And from that build, I've actually decided to make my own. So here it is, and here's the build. Alright, so the goal with the build was basically to take some tools and some materials that I already had at home. So you're going to see I'm going to use a lot of popsicle sticks, hot glue, some small 1/4 dowel I think, and just basically whatever type of material I have at home. So the core of the structure will basically be built out of popsicle sticks, and just to give me a rough idea of where I want to go and how I want to actually build this thing up. Now for the wheels, let's just chop some pieces out and just apply them with popsicle sticks to do the surroundings. So I'm just basically cutting out popsicle sticks to fit around the wheel. Just mark this down and then cut it approximately at the right width, and then I'll just finish it off with a Dremel later on. So I've just realized on the picture that I was missing two dowels, so one is gonna go here in the middle, and then there's gonna be one other one on the back side over here. Now for this part, I'm actually going to use this plastic spoon. I was a little worried at the beginning that when I'm going to apply the paint that it wouldn't go well. So I've actually placed some Mod Podge and then I've painted on top of it, and it actually works like a charm. Now I thought I was pretty smart with this one. I've actually used some toothpicks to do the little side pieces on the wheels and just applied some crazy glue to make them stick. Now for all the little metal details, I'm actually just going to take some cardboard, glue it on top, and whatever's going to just rip off, I'm just going to rip it off, like here we go, and then just proceed to do another zone. Most of this will actually hide my seams down, and whichever seams are going to be left, I'm just going to fill them in afterwards. So I've actually filled up a couple seams, so I'm just gonna pass the dremel on top of them to make them look sharp again. Next up, I'm just gonna prepare it for the painting and the Mod Podge, so I'll just clean it up, wipe everything down, and then it's gonna be ready. One last detail before painting will be the metal rivets, which I'm gonna do with a little dab of hot glue. So now, painting time. Alright, so let's start with the Mod Podge. It's just gonna seal up the surfaces before the paint. So now it's the Mod Podge time. I was pretty careless when applying this, so I just placed a little on every portion of it. And one last little detail for the spoon part, I've actually sanded it down beforehand for it to actually stick well. Let's just skip this part, it's starting to be a little long. So once it's done, you'll just need to actually hook it down somewhere until it dries, but Mod Podge basically dries almost instantly, so that was probably a little overkill. So now the favorite part of the build, the painting. This is actually where you're gonna see the build actually comes together and it's gonna be a little more live. I'm starting with the browns. This color is actually a little darker than in the pictures I had as a reference, but I've actually thought they would be a little nicer with this color. Now the four cylinders are supposed to be blue, so I've already did a portion of it, but you could just check for the rest of the time. Next up will be the silvers. So I'm just going to start with a plain basic silver, and I'm going to add some metallic at the end. But right now I'm having a little trouble with my paint, so hey, you know what? Let's just switch up for another silver. I mean, the paint is mostly gray, but you'll see. I'm going to add some silver afterwards. So now there's a couple places that there should be rope. I was actually wondering what type of rope I had, so I had these two options here, and I was thinking about using this one, just untangling a little section of it and twirling it back onto my build. But as you're gonna see soon, it's not really gonna work out that well. So at this point, I still thought the rope was good. I was just gonna twirl it a little around, and that would do the trick. But actually, that's not gonna work out. But you'll see. So the paints, I've used a couple more paints, and as you can see, I used some metallic gray on top for the wheels and stuff, and just making things shine a little. So here we go, the rope problem. That was not that great. I thought about just using this twine and just spinning it up together, but this paracord bracelet I've actually done beforehand was actually the best rope I had to do this. So I'll just untangle it, and we're gonna use that here. Okay, so this really is the deal. That would be the best rope. But the thing is, I'm not going to have enough, so you're going to see I'm going to do most of the build, and at the end there's going to be a little portion left, which I'll actually need to use the other type of rope. So for this one, I'll just like burn up the end and tie it down. So here we go, all the ropes are done. I was missing a little portion for the back, so I've used actually the other type of rope I had and just twirled it up. And hey, it's not the best, it's not the worst, but my goal was to basically do all of this build with materials I had at home laying around, and that's what I've done, so I'm pretty happy about it. Nice. And now for final display montage. So yeah, that was my build. I hope you guys liked it, and next time we're gonna build something else. And no, I'm not gonna say more of what it is. You guys just have to tune in and see what it will be, and you guys will like it, I promise. So take care and have a nice day, and we'll see you guys next time. Alright, bye guys.